Hey, Farmer Wants a Wife fans, we're here to talk about the journey to finding love and living happily ever after. Welcome to Roundtable Around the Ranch. I'm Lauren Ashley Beck, and joining us straight from the farm is Farmer Allen and Farmer Landon. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Landon, how you doing over there?
Just wonderful. She just had to come out to Tennessee, see if they actually knew how to cowboy or not.
So you're visiting Allen right now?
Yep.
I think I'm failing the cowboy test right now.
Are you failing?
I think I'm failing today.
We started off my vacation with working 50 head of cattle this morning at 7. So.
Oh, that's a vacation for you.
Yeah.
It is this trip.
Wow, that is very interesting. So let's get into Farmer Wants a Wife. What makes a guy like you, Landon, and a guy like you, Allen, want to be on a dating show on national television?
I mean, I personally thought it was a scam at first. And then I didn't hear anything for like 2 months. So I didn't think a thing about it. And then they popped up and offered it to me. And I held off for quite a while. And then, I just realized apparently everything I've been trying hasn't been working. So let's think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah,
Allen,
I wish I had a different answer, but it's kind of the same for me. Doing the kind of things we do and the lifestyle that we live, dating can be kind of difficult. And, obviously whatever I was doing hadn't been working. And so an opportunity to kind of, step outside my box and do something a little different, hey, might just do the trick. So that was my thoughts on it. And the reason I said, yeah, let's give it a go.
When you found out you were on the show, who was the first person you called?
Oh, I don't even remember. Probably.
I don't think I called anybody.
I'm not sure I did either.
I'll be honest. I mean, my friends and family aren't really big reality TV people. So I'm like, do I want to get made fun of already? Or just let them find out on their own. I think it was probably my mom. I just told her like, hey, I'm going to be out of town for a little bit. And she's like, why? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Nashville for a week. She's like, what are you going to Nashville for? I was like, oh, some TV show. And she's like, funny. Who are you going to go see? And I was like, no, I'm going for a TV show. And that's just kind of how that came out. So.
Yeah, and I'd say it's probably the same for me. I let family know. My family and I are pretty close. And so, my brother and I farmed together and got some cows together. So somebody had to take care of stuff while I was gone. And so, I would just say family, is who I contacted first. And really the only people I know.
Yeah, I didn't tell any of my friends.
What? It's so interesting because I'm a city girl coming from the city. Anybody that's on a reality show, they're screaming it from the rooftops. They're like, I'm going to make a career out of this. It's so wild to me that you didn't call anybody.
Mm-mm.
I'd say 90% of my friends found out when they saw the commercial at the Super Bowl.
I've got a lot of mean text and phone calls from my friends. They're like, dude, what? You didn't tell us. What do you mean? What? How come nobody knew this was happening? I just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And Landon, I want to ask you, with Ashley R., did that first initial meeting impact you taking her on the 24-hour date?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's, I tried to take everything in that these girls told me. And the one thing that she hadn't done that everybody else had was been to Oklahoma. So, it's going to be a new experience for all of them. I already had a great connection with her during our date. Plus, she'd never been to Oklahoma, and that just kind of put it over the top for me. And couldn't have been happier with the first choice.
For both of you, were you afraid of, after the 24 hours, what energy the other women were going to come to the farm with?
Terrified.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just like, am I going to get bombarded?
Right.
Like, is it, I'm be on trial here? Like, what happened? What'd you do?
Right.
Where'd you sleep? What time did you go to bed? I kind of expected that. And, there was a little bit smack talking here and there, but for the most part, they were very respectful of it. And
yeah, I would say for the most part, they, I guess they kind of all realized what they signed up for. And, they, for the most part, took all that kind of stuff in stride. And, that was really, really awesome of them, because it was hard enough, honestly, for us trying to spend enough time with each of them, get to know them the way we wanted to, just
losing battle.
Yeah, we just couldn't, and there just wasn't enough time in a day. And so they were really good sports about it. And at least for me, and I know Landon probably too, we appreciate that.
What was it like having all of these beautiful women live on your farm?
Where do you want to start?
What's funny is your buddies be like, "Oh, what a dream!" And I'm like, it sounds like it's
terrible. It's terrifying.
Stress dream, maybe, because it's bad enough that you've got 5 girls here that you would never have expected to be at your place individually, and you've got 5, and you're just trying not to screw it up with everybody, but you give one girl 10 seconds more attention than these 3 are upset at you.
Yeah, this one gets to touch, pat your shoulder today, and that one's mad about it because she didn't even get to talk to you.
You hugged her too long. You don't hug me that long. It was.
Well, did you do that, Landon? Did you hug her too long?
Yeah, that 5 seconds. I should have known better.
He did.
I think he did.
He did.
Let's get into that first elimination and sort of how you guys came to the conclusion of who you chose. What was that like?
Who we chose to eliminate first?
Yes.
I guess I'll go first since I did it first.
Yeah.
And then you know what? Actually, Alan, I do want to ask you too, before you answer that, when Ariana decided to not go to the farm, what did that feel like? And then I want to talk about the elimination process. Landon, what are you whispering over there?
I'm not whispering anything. I'm just
He's
smiling.
just giggling. He's just giggling.
Just keep picturing your face when she said no. You're just like,
I guess, your emotions and your mind is going 1,000 different places because you're having all this new experience and, you're uncomfortable and things are seemingly going 1,000 miles an hour, but at the same time, they're moving at a glacial pace. Like it's the weirdest experience, at least the first few days of filming for me that I've ever experienced. And so when she said that, I guess I hadn't considered that was an option. You know what I mean? Like I just hadn't thought that far ahead that this could happen. And which I should have because I should have, but I didn't mean that in any kind of way. That just had not hit me. I had other things going through my brain. And so when she said it, I was a little bit taken back at, oh yeah, this is still real life. And this is, this is 100% you choose, I choose kind of thing. And that's awesome. That's great. But it was a little bit shocking and a little bit, I wouldn't say hurt my feelings because I really don't know this woman, but yeah, humbling. But it was also, I can't find the right word to it, but it was just a little bit unsettling, I guess, that was kind of the way that went. But, I respect her for that decision and I don't blame her a bit. And, no big deal. No harm, no foul.
And Landon, what about you? Your elimination process?
Obviously, didn't pull the trigger right off the bat, when they gave us that option because I didn't feel right about it. I didn't, like I said, I could have just as easily thrown a dart at a board and picked one and done them just as much of a favor because I just didn't get to know any of them yet. And, as the days went on, we went through the farm stuff. We did the stuff on the weekends. And with Nicole, I was very excited about her being there, but I don't know if it was the process or, the competition or just she wasn't happy with where she was at. But I could just tell she was not her happiest version of herself. And I just saw it as a continuing decline. And so I thought, before this gets any worse, might as well stop the bleeding for her and send her home. And I don't think either one of us wanted her to go home, but it felt like the right thing to do because she just didn't seem happy there.
Looking back on the experience and watching the show, are there any women that you wish you would have kept around longer?
I'm pretty confident on the decisions.
Not for me. I'm most of my life I make a decision and I stand by it, for good or the bad. And because not every decision you make is a good one, right? So I've just kind of learned to take it off the chest and move on. But I don't really regret the way that went down here for me. And I feel pretty solid in it.
It's one of those things, whether we made the right decision or not, it happened and
it's over.
Everything happens for a reason. So, just move on and live with it. No reason to worry about, the past that you can't change.
I really didn't give it much thought, honestly.
That's great. There's no dwelling, just moving forward. I like that. As you're watching the show back, is there anything that surprises you?
You know, I haven't come across anything that I thought was really surprising. You know?
I'm definitely not surprised.
You know, I
Terrible
lived
on
it.
TV.
I lived it.
So.
And so I knew that I was a goober on TV.
Yeah.
And so when it shows up on TV, it's not that big a deal.
Everyone's like, does it bother you seeing you on TV? And I was like, no, I was pretty sure I was going to look this bad. So.
Can each of you guys need your own show, just the two of you together. Can each of you explain or describe the perfect date?
April the 25th. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. All she needs a life jacket.
World peace.
I
don't think.
At first, you see her face at first. She's like,
no, I don't think the perfect date for me is a place or an event. I just think it's the person you're with and how you feel with them in that moment. You know, it can be something spontaneous like, let's pull over at this park, or it can be something big and glamorous and planned out. But it's one of the. It's how excited you are to have them on it and how they make you feel when they're with you there that I think makes the perfect date. So I don't think you can have the perfect date without the perfect person.
that's pretty smooth. How do you top that?
You don't.
I can't top that.
I believe in you, Alan. I think you could. What do you guys make of all of this, like interviewing, being on TV, being in the spotlight? Like, what is that like?
Takes a lot out of my workday.
Yeah, it's different, you know. I mean, it's just, I don't know. If you'd asked me a year ago, would this be happening in my life, I would have laughed at you, like, yeah, not me, you know. And so it's been really cool and surreal, and it's definitely very interesting.
I just can't figure out why anyone would care what the hell we have to say.
Exactly. I don't.
What advice would you give to future farmers that may be looking for a wife on national television?
Oh, good Lord.
Buckle up.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a ride, you know, and you know, it's one of those things. I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. It was really awesome.
But I'm not doing it again.
But I'm probably not doing it again. You know, it was and I say that because of how intrusive it's become into my private life. And that's okay and expected and all that, you know. But I really grew as a person because of it. I had some great experiences, made good friends. Landon, Hunter, some of the ladies and I are still good friends, you know, like all of that I wouldn't trade for anything. But you know, sometimes the you know, the little bit of drama that came with having 5 women in my house was almost more than I could take some days. You know what I mean? And so, you know, that part of it was not super fun for me. But, you know, nothing ever is completely fun, right? So everything's got some trials and tribulations to it. So, but overall, that's a super awesome experience, and I would recommend.
I'll say, I think the biggest advice I'd give them is, like, my biggest issue with the show was kind of morally the whole 5 girls at once. I mean, that's why I made them get me an RV, because I didn't feel right about staying in the house with all 5 of them. I was like, they need their own space, their own time. They need to be able to talk to each other without worrying, can he hear me? Where's he at? You know, stuff like that. And that was kind of why I was so generic in the beginning of this show, is because I felt bad about giving any one person extra attention in front of the other people, because that seems disrespectful to me. And apparently that backfired, because then I heard every single girl being like, I just wish he'd give us more individual attention.
Right.
So it's danged if you do and danged if you don't. Yep. So
I like that. Danged if you do and danged if you don't. Kind of sounds like 10 pounds in a 5-pound sack, you know?
There you go. You are watching and paying attention.
I'm a fan. I like the show. What's next for you guys?
I don't know.
We got 20 head of cows to preg check
Yeah,
this afternoon.
Got to preg check some cows this afternoon. But
You gotta do what?
preg check. See if they're pregnant or not.
Prick check. Oh,
Preg.
oh.
Pregnant.
Preg.
Preg. Oh.
Ad sales.
Ag sales. Ag.
Ag sales. Ag sales?
Ag. But no, I think, you know, I think for me, life goes on pretty well as normal. You know, I'm going to keep doing what I've always been doing. And, you know, this is just my life, and I enjoy it, and it's what I like. So I'm just going to keep doing what I've always done.
That is the nice thing about where I live, is this show doesn't affect me at all. I never see anybody. I go to the gas station. They don't know I was on a show, so it's wonderful. And yeah, life has not changed at all, except for I get to, talk to amazing people who host us for interviews every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yes. You guys have social media? Where can people find you to keep up with you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is ALLWFOST, and that's the best place to find us and see what's going on.
Yeah, and I post once a month whether I need to or not.
Right,
so.
me too.
Once a month.
Almost regularly.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love it. All right, we're going to end by playing a game, okay?
Okay, all right.
So, I'm going to throw some Gen Z terms at you.
Oh,
and
boy.
to the best of your ability, I want you to tell me what they mean.
You got this?
Got this. I got
Both of you. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Welcome to Slang from the City with Farmer Allen and Farmer Landon. What does no cap mean?
Not lying.
Is that right?
Allen?
Is that right? What he said then?
What if she ate and left no crumbs?
She finished her supper.
I'm pretty sure I'm probably wrong on this, that she just told that person everything she had to say and didn't hold anything back.
Look at this guy.
I like these interpretations. That one was wrong, though. Let's move on. What is a simp?
You didn't give us a cheat sheet.
No, you don't
What
get
is a simp?
cheat sheet. What
A
is
simp?
I don't know what that is.
Then answer it.
I mean, imagine Ryan every time a girl's in the room. So, like, doting, like, basically, if you're simping for a girl,
All
you're
lovey-dovey?
puppy dogging.
Oh, got you. All lovey-dovey. I got it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Puppy dogging. I like that, Landon. That's right. That's right. Landon been doing some Gen Z research.
I've
He's
got
the man.
nieces.
He's the man.
Okay, we're gonna put you to the test for real.
All
What
right, here
do
we
those
go.
initials stand for? BFFR.
Oh, good.
Best friends forever.
Real.
What does it mean?
Let's be for real.
Use Riz in a sentence.
Riz?
When Ryan walks in the room with all the girls, he is full on Riz.
Landon, I'm so done with you. You're from the city. Stop it right now.
He's fake. This whole time I've told you. He's
I live
fake.
further out the middle of nowhere than anybody.
Okay, Alan, this one's for you. Use that smacks in a sentence.
That smacks? Okay. I actually know what this means. But in a sentence, boy. Man, that cheeseburger smacked like it was good.
Oh, period.
Period.
You guys are great. I'm going to let you get out of here. I know I'm cutting into your work day, Landon. But can I take a picture with you guys first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
How does this even work?
Should we?
I'm going to take it. And you're going to smile.
Oh.